It's one of the biggest issues facing Australia this year, but what is the voice all about? Here's everything you need to know before this year's referendum. In a nutshell, it would enshrine a permanent Indigenous voice to Parliament in the Australian Constitution. It would see a federal advisory body formed with the purpose of recognising and representing Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people and consulting with the government. The key word here is advisory. It would help Indigenous Australians inform the Parliament and government on matters that directly impact them, such as those relating to native title, employment or housing, but it would not be able to launch court challenges or invalidate laws. On April 21, Australia's Solicitor-General formally advised that the voice to Parliament will not fetter or impede the exercise of existing powers of Parliament, meaning the government would not be forced to follow the voice's advice or consult it before developing policies or making decisions. Instead, after tabling formal advice in Parliament, a parliamentary committee would consider the advice before making decisions, but wouldn't be obliged to follow it. The Indigenous Voice Co-Design Process final report recommended there be 24 members with a guaranteed gender balance built in. It has been proposed that there be 2 members from each state and territory, as well as the Torres Strait, and an extra 5 representing remote areas across the nation, as well as 1 representing Torres Strait Islanders living on the mainland. Under the proposal, members will serve on the body for 4-year terms with a limit of 2 consecutive terms. Half of the membership would be decided every 2 years, and 2 co-chairs of different genders would be chosen by the other members every 2 years. Australians will be asked to vote for the simple question below. A proposed law to alter the Constitution to recognise the First Peoples of Australia by establishing an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice. Do you approve this proposed alteration? For a referendum to pass successfully, a double majority vote must be achieved. That means a majority of voters in a majority of states, at least 4 of the 6 states, must vote in favour, as well as a national majority of voters, meaning there is an overall yes vote of more than 50%. A successful referendum can only change the Constitution in relation to the specific question voted on by the Australian people. Any future proposed changes to the Constitution would have to go through an entirely new, separate referendum. The referendum is managed by the Australian Electoral Commission, which is also in charge of all federal elections. The process on the big day will be pretty similar to a regular election. Voters will head to local polling places such as schools, where they'll get their names marked off the electoral roll, be handed a ballot paper, and will then either vote yes or no.